I'm AJ, this is John, and today we're going to show you how Parcha's AI agents can accelerate your AML compliance team. 99% of financial institutions over the last few years have reported rising AML compliance costs. That's pretty mind-blowing, right? And it's not just the rising costs. With regulatory uncertainty, rising false positives, and the challenges of trying to complete all these manual reviews, we've seen that compliance teams are really struggling right now. They're working across multiple different tools and data sets to review their customers and onboard them, and it's creating bottlenecks in financial institutions that want to open more accounts. But we think there's a better way, and we're going to show you how with Parcha. So I want you to imagine for a second that I'm the head of risk at a regional bank. We've just opened digital account opening for our commercial banking product. We've got hundreds of small businesses that have signed up, and they're in a backlog waiting to open their account. Your compliance team has this backlog, and they need to go and risk rate these businesses before you can approve them. Now, this is going to take your team today maybe a week or two to complete, slowing down that account opening process. But with Parcha, we're going to show you how we're going to process that backlog in minutes using our AI agent. So in our AI control center, we have a number of different AI agents that you can create, so you don't need to start from scratch. We have templates for due diligence, for AML screening for individuals and businesses, for document verification, for merchant categorization. No matter what it is, we've got you covered. But today, we're going to create that enhanced due diligence agent in order to risk rate those businesses. Now, the magic here is we're actually going to use your existing operating procedure, the one your compliance team were planning to use in order to go through that backlog. We've taken all the steps from that operating procedure, and we put it into the AI agent, including identifying high-risk industries. Now, we've decided for online onboarding that we think car dealerships are a little too high risk for us, and crypto is way too high risk too. So that's all come from the operating procedure and been put into the configuration. And then here we finalize the different risk criteria that we would consider to be high, medium, or low risk. Now let's go ahead and create that AI agent. Now, once the AI agent is ready, you need to bring your cases into our system. There's a few ways you can do that. One is you can use an API integration to send the information into our system, the information about the businesses. The other is you can use a platform like Alloy. So if you're an Alloy customer, you can integrate directly with us. We're going to be available in Alloy later this month. What we're going to do is something much simpler. We're just going to upload a CSV. Compliance teams operate on CSVs. Here we have all 100 businesses, and we're going to process them using our AI. So right now, we're queuing up those AI agents, so they're going to start processing those businesses. So what's happening in the background? Our AI agents automatically scale to meet the number of customers you need to review. They're going through, and with every single one of these businesses, we're researching them online. We're determining if there's any adverse media related to the business. We're looking at their web presence, even reading business reviews about the business. And we're identifying any connections between the business and the individuals, working out what industry they're in from all that information we gleaned, and working out what countries they operate in. So you can see here, we're starting to risk rate these businesses. Now, it takes us about 3 minutes to do it for each business. There's 100 businesses to do it. We only have 3 minutes left of this demo, so we're going to skip over to what it looks like when it's done. Now we have all these businesses risk rated. Let's look at those high-risk businesses. Now you can see we've successfully identified these new car dealerships as high risk. Let's look at one of them, Post Oak Motors. When we look at the risk rating, we have a detailed report that you can immediately export that explains exactly why we risk rated this business as high risk. Clearly, it's a car dealership, but there's some adverse media related to the business too. Let's go investigate that. With Parcha, we've identified that there's adverse media, but Post Oak Motors is not actually committing a crime here. They are, however, accepting Bitcoin as a payment. That's a little bit too high risk for our bank to onboard them right now. So we're going to skip those. We're going to skip that customer. Let's go ahead and look at those low-risk customers now. These are the customers that our AI has determined, using your procedures, are low risk enough that you can onboard them. There are over 60 businesses here that would have taken you maybe a week in order to review manually and do all this research. We've done it in minutes. And now we can go ahead and approve these businesses. With that work done, your team can now focus on those medium and high-risk businesses, which is where you should be applying your compliance knowledge and know-how. So I just showed you how you could go and risk rate over 100 small businesses and complete compliance reviews in a matter of minutes with a brand new AI agent using your existing operating procedures. But you have multiple different workflows for compliance in your compliance team today. And that means you've got lots of disparate systems, you've got lots of teams, and you've got shared disparate context of your customers. But what if you had AML AI agents from Parcha running across all those different workflows? For the first time, you'll have a shared context of your whole customer base and their risk ratings. You'll be able to understand your operational efficiency at scale. You'll be able to increase your automated straight-through processing rates. You'll be processing hundreds of cases a day instead of hundreds of cases a week. And you're going to achieve over 99.5% accuracy in production, just like our customers do today. So if you want to achieve these outcomes for your financial institution, we would love to chat. Come and find us after our demo. We'll be at our booth. And it was great talking to you. Thank you for your time. We're Parcha.